Really? Well, welcome to Parent with Purpose. We are going to be talking today about a nonprofit organization that really has a huge heart for people in general, but we are going to pull it through into our parenting topic, and we're going to hear some great ways to actually parent with purpose. And so if you're interested in commenting or doing anything, have any questions that you would like to ask, please look for the names Lisa and Miguel in the actual title. Make sure you ask the questions on the website, because of that way we're actually going to be able to make sure that we get the questions to them. And welcome, Lisa and Miguel.
Thank you, Linda.
So today we're going to talk about an amazing organization that you two have started to help people understand their worth and value. And we are going to tie that through and how we can do that as parents as well, right?
Yes.
So Lisa, I'm going to let you start off by telling us about the organization.
Yeah. Well, the organization is actually called Light Up Your World. Really what it is, the heart of it, is helping people to understand their immense, incredible value. So true value is inside of us. We are all born with it. You know, sometimes we feel we have to earn it, but the truth is, when we were born, it was a part of who we are. Just like our bones are inside of us, we didn't have to do anything to get those bones inside of us. It was just there. And that's the same with our immense, incredible value. So your sense of value is what you feel about yourself, what you think about yourself, and what you believe to be true. Okay?
That's huge.
Yes. So
Right.
even though we all have immense, incredible value, sometimes we don't feel like we are valuable.
This is what
This
your
changes.
organization
Yes,
is doing.
yes.
Is making this go from here to here.
Yes, and helping kids to understand that they actually have the power to pull somebody's sense of value up. They can't touch their true value in any way. That person's always going to have immense, incredible value. But the problem is, let's say different messages come to a student. So let's say I'm at home growing up and somebody calls me stupid, and then I go to school. So what happens? Because I've received that message, now my sense of value is coming down. My true value doesn't change, but my sense of value comes down. And then I put my hand up and I go to answer a question, and everybody laughs at me because I got the question wrong. Then my sense of value comes down again. And then maybe I write a test and I do really poorly on the test. I've again received another message: you're a loser, you're stupid, you're no good. And again, my sense of value comes down. And so what we're trying to help kids to understand is your true value has never changed. It's way up there. Your sense of value can change. And what happens when our sense of value drops down really low like this is where dangerous things start to happen. This is where kids can go into depression, where some kids start to cut themselves. Addictions can happen, addictions to drugs, to alcohol, trying to get rid of that pain, not wanting to feel anymore.
Yeah.
And so when parents see those things happening, we can recognize, no, their true value is way up here. The problem is they don't believe they have value. What we understand now is that we have these doors to our brains and to our hearts. And we have the power to either accept a message or reject a message. So we want kids to understand, you do have immense, incredible value. Sometimes people don't see your value. Sometimes people don't understand their own value, so they don't communicate value to you. But if you can understand, I have immense, incredible value, and you have the power to open or shut the door to your brain and your heart, depending on the message that is sent. You can learn to discern the messages that are being sent to you. So we teach them, if somebody tries to put a false label on you, you're no good, we don't care, nobody wants you, then you're going to say, first of all, that's not true. And then you can say, I don't accept that. When you say, I don't accept that, you're shutting the door. And then you replace the lie that was just communicated with the truth, because your brain heard the lie and now it needs to hear what is truth.
Right.
And so you declare, I have immense, incredible value. And when a student learns to discern the messages that they're receiving, then now they're shutting the door to those lies. Now their brain and their heart is in alignment with what is truth. You see, and here's the
Powerful.
It's incredibly powerful for them, because see, we can't stop those wrong messages from coming as parents. We'd love to put a shield over our kids so none of those messages come. We can't. But what we can
sometimes inadvertently say negative messages as well.
And it's totally unintentional, but we have to recognize, yes, oftentimes, or we wake up and we're in a bad mood and we communicate wrong messages. And it's a part of our world. And that's why this is so empowering, because it actually puts the power back in the hands of the person to learn to discern the message. And does that message help me to understand that I'm a gift to this world, that I matter, that there's no one like me?
I like that I'm a gift to this world.
Yes.
I love that.
Parents, recognizing this is where my child is right now, and so realizing how important it is to look them in the eyes and say, I love you for who you are. You have immense value. You are a gift to me. You are a gift to this family. This world needs you. There are things inside of you that no one else has.
Right.
We love you. We accept you. Those are the things inside that are going to pull that sense of value up. And it might seem like nothing's changing at first, but as we become diligent and really equipping our children to understand that they have received negative messages, but those messages are not truth.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why their sense of value is down low is because that door was open to their brain and their heart, and now their brain has begun to accept the wrong message as opposed to believing what is absolutely true about them. So somebody who actually has suicidal thought, their true value is way up
Hasn't
here.
changed.
It hasn't changed one bit. The only thing that has changed is their sense of value has dropped way down low. And so for kids here, they're not saying, hey, somebody told me I'm worthless. They are saying, I am worthless.
Right.
I am useless. I am no good. I have no hope. You see, they have believed a complete lie. And so if we can help kids to understand, no, this is what's happened. This is where you are. But it's not truth. This is what is true about you. And we've got to now get this sense of value right back up here.
And so
again.
parents can actually help by actually constantly saying things and
Yes.
pulling them up. And even if they have just the base of understanding their parents feel this,
Yes.
it slowly starts to stretch their sense of who they are. Probably more so than any other influence in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
If at the end of the day, even for some reason at school, if they're very negative to them, they can come home and know my parents' sense of value of me is up here.
Right.
So the chances of them getting this low
Right.
are less and less and less because we can keep
Exactly.
Yes.
building them up and lifting up their own
Yeah.
It
sense.
has
So
to be
that's
on a
huge.
daily basis.
On a
The
daily
more
basis.
often, the better, because it's like the principle of sowing a seed. The more seed you scatter, the more of a harvest you're going to have.
Right.
So it's important, as Lisa was saying, not to ignore these things, because the seed gets planted, and if you plant a seed and you walk away and ignore it, that's not going to keep it from growing. The seed's going to produce what it's meant to produce when it's planted.
True.
So that's why it's important, as Lisa said, to close those doors. And even more important is to make sure that the good seeds are planted so that they produce a good fruit and harvest in our children's lives.
You know, one of the things that we find so crucial, and if we had known this when we were raising our kids, what a huge difference it would have
Hindsight, right?
made. Yes.
Hindsight 2020. Yes.
Yes, but that's the power of what you're doing here.
And that's the power of what you guys are doing as well, though, right? You're trying to make it not just in parenting, though. I mean, I could see this actually working for corporate people,
Yes, yeah.
right? So team leaders, they've got to be making sure that they help their people understand their potential. So this trickles into every area of our life,
Absolutely.
not just parenting. But
Yes.
obviously, we're going to focus on parenting because that's what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
it's huge, and what we're
Yes.
talking about is positivity over negativity.
Yes.
Right, absolutely.
So, as we had discussed earlier, Miguel, we messed up as parents, like big time, in a lot of ways, and we are seeing our mistakes now, and we're trying to go, you know what, there is a better way to do this. We want you to start parenting with purpose, and we want you to start realizing that your words and your actions, everything affects your children. We're not trying to say you need to parent a certain way. We are saying you just need to be aware of how your child is taking what you're saying and doing to them. Because even as you had said as an example earlier, if you're busy and you're ignoring your kid, they think that means that they're not worth your time.
Right, not
And-
important.
Not important, that's the right word. And we don't mean that. We don't
Right.
mean to put that message
It's an
across.
unintentional message.
But we've done it. So I'll have actually the website down below. Please feel free to click on that and or contact us, and we will make sure that we get all that information to you. You know what? This has been an absolute honor to have both of you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank
Great.
you.
Our pleasure.